Hello students, welcome to CAD this spring semester. So before we get started, please make sure you have the following course materials in order to complete all assignments going forward. So you must have our software installing Inventor. You need your title block so that you are able to complete your multi-view. So make sure all of these are installed and you have looked over them prior to our first assignment. So our first assignment right here will be on the workalong. Here is our lesson that goes with our assignment that we will work on today. So we're going to sketch 2D planes. We are going to define the 3 predefined planes. And then we're going to talk a little bit about consumed and unconsumed sketches. And that is it for today, for the lesson. So now we're going to get in and you will see something like this, which will have your step-by-step instructions on how to complete the assignment. This one I will do a walkthrough with you. Some of the work-alongs will be done on your own. Some of the work-alongs will be done with me. Then you'll have lab exercises in between those work-alongs. Those assignments are for you to complete on your own. There will be no videos associated with those lab exercises. Only the work-alongs as they fall on virtual lesson days, and as well as I think there are a couple of lab exercises that will also fall on virtual lesson days. So any other assignment that is outside of the virtual lesson, there will not be any videos. They will be for you to complete on your own. But if you have any questions, or if you stumble along the way, or if you can't figure out how to get a part, please come and see me. I am here to help in any way that I can. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and get our Inventor opened up here. And we are going to begin our first assignment. So as always, we know we go to File, New. Make sure that we are under the template ENUS standard.ipp. Click on Create. And we are going to begin with our 2D sketch. As always, we begin on our XY plane. So to get started, we are going to draw this object. So we have all of our numbers that we need in order to complete this assignment. We also see it here in our isometric view. So I will walk you through it and I will tell you the numbers as we go along. So we are going to use the line tool, which is the easiest. So we want to match up our dots, turn them green, go to the right. We're going to type in 3, hit enter, and then it goes very far off the screen. You'll need to use your wheel on your mouse and your hand to move over so you can see where you are working. Now we're going to go up 1.5, hit enter. We're going to go to the left. We're going to go 2. And then we are going to go up 1.5. And then we will go to the left. And it's going to be 3. Hit enter. We will come down 1. Hit enter. We will go to the right, and we're going to go right to our center line there, which is 2. If you want, you can type in 2 just to be on the safe side. And then we are going to finish it off 2. And we have now completed our object. Escape. And you should have something that looks like this. So this is the flat 2D. We hit our house and it puts it in isometric view. So if you have that, great job. Keep working along. If not, please go back, rewind this video, and do it again. Once you have completed this, we're going to click this green check mark up here where it says finish. So we're going to finish our sketch. So now we are going to come down on our directions. You can see here in step 5 where we hit the check mark. Now we are going to work on this plane here. So this is going to be the right side view. So we're going to work on that. And we're going to notch this part out here. Again, we're going to just use the line tool. And then it's going to look like this. All right, so our numbers that we have, it's going to be 0.75. To the right, we're going to go up 0.75 because there's our numbers there. We're going to go over. So we know that this is 3 over. We have 0.75 and 0.75. You add those together, you get 1.50. So we know that what's left over is 1.50 if this is 3. And then we're going to come back over here and finish it off at 0.750. All right. Oh, before we do that, I skipped a step here. So let's go ahead and click on, we have to extrude. So let's extrude, and we're going to extrude out 3. There we go. Now we are on the same page. All right, now we're going to do this notch out here at the bottom. So let's click on our right side view. Start 2D sketch, select the plane that we are working on here, go to our line, and we're going to start here to the left. We're going to go to the right and then type in 0.75, hit enter. We're going to come up 0.75, hit enter, and then we know we are going to the right, 1.5, enter. Then we come straight down at 0.75. It does go in, but I'm just going to put it in just to be on the safe side. And then we're going to come over here to the end at another 0.75, just to make sure that it is where it is supposed to be. All right, once you do that, hit escape. So we could put that in our isometric view. You see what it looks like there. We're going to go up and we're going to go to 3D model, extrude, and we know that we want it to go the opposite direction. So we flip it, click OK, and there is our notch out. All right, so if you have that so far, great job. If not, go ahead and rewind and go back. All right, so now we are going to do this top part here where we're going to notch this part out, and it looks like it's at an angle. So this is very interesting how we are going to complete this section. So we will use the constraint tool to complete this part. So here we go. All right, so we are going to work on the top part. So I'm going to turn this around. I just want to look at it from this view here, make it a little bit easier. So our numbers that we're going to start off with from here to here is going to be 0.5. So we're going to do our 2D sketch. We're going to work on this top plane here. And then we want to go over to our constraint tool. So let's go ahead and our construction tool, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and click on that. So now we know that we've got it selected. So click our line. We're going to come from the top here. We're going to come down 0.5, hit enter. And then we know that we need to go up 1 from our directions. And then we are going to come over 2 because we know that this is 3 across. And we know that it is 1 on the sides as well. Hit 1, enter, and then we will finish it off with a 0.5. Okay, hit escape. So you should have something that looks like this with your constraint tool. Now, the next part. We now need to do another 0.5 here on the inside. So we're going to leave our construction tool on. Click on line. We're going to click here and come in 0.5, hit enter, and then escape, hit line. We're going to do that same thing on the other side, 0.5, hit enter, and then escape. So you should have something that looks like this. All right, so now on the inside here, we are going to use our rectangle tool. Make sure you turn off that construction tool. So we're going to start here at our second 0.50, and we're going to make our square. Okay, so the next part, we have to pull over our instructions here. Okay, so now we need to notch this part out here so that we can extrude this out so that we can get this angle part in here. So now that we have everything else in place, we're going to go over to sketch, line, and now we're going to go right there in the middle between our 2.5s, and then we're just going to pretty much play connect the dots. Make sure that you have a solid line coming up when you go to each point, because for some reason, if you see here, it looks like that it's a dotted line. I'm not sure why that's happening. So I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to hit the line tool again, just to make sure that it's solid now. It looks like it's solid. And then we're going to come all the way across to finish it off. So it's more or less what you're telling the program is that you want to cut all of this out. So think of it as a pair of scissors. You want to cut all of this out. All right, so hit escape. So hopefully this works. So we're going to go to extrude. And then we need to click and choose what we need to extrude. So if all of your parts are completely closed off, they should turn this sage green color. You're just going to choose those 3 sections. We want to flip it. So flip it backwards, hit OK, and then hopefully you created your object that looks like this. Once you are done, you then need to put it in multi-view. So to do that, oh, before we do that, let's take one step back. Let's save our part. So you should be able to click on this tab and open it up. There we go. You can click save. You can also go to file, save. I already have an Inventor Workalong in here because I was practicing. So I'm going to do Inventor Workalong 10-1, but I'm going to put mine in, I'm going to put 2 in parentheses on mine, just so that it doesn't override what I already have there. But you just put in Inventor Workalong 10-1. Hit save, and then that should automatically populate on your tab. Okay, so now let's do our multi-view. So to do our multi-view, we go to File, New. This is where you need to make sure that you have your title block downloaded and you've watched the video on how to do a title block. That is in the course materials. So we're going to click on the PALC's title block. You're going to click Create, and then you should have your form pop open. Oh, skip. Well, we could also go in here and we could name our workalong. So we can do Inventor Workalong 10-1. You just do it that way, 10-1. I'm going to put in a 2. And then I'm going to click open and then skip. And then make sure you put your name in all capital letters. And then our scale is 1:1. Click OK. And hopefully everything pops up, and it looks like it did not save. So we can just do the same thing. We can right click here and we can do save and then type in Inventor Workalong 10-1 for you, but I'm going to put in that 2 in parentheses, which you do not need to do. And again, make sure that you're saving all of your work in a CAD folder. You will end up having to reuse some of these objects for other assignments. So ensure that you are naming and saving your files appropriately so that when it is referenced in later assignments that you have access to it. So hit save. All right, so we're just going to pull over our object and our dimensions here. So this is our front view, this is our top view, and then we have our right side view. This should already be unchecked, so whenever you click OK, it will give you your sketches. Go back into base. Make sure you click on the house, so that it puts in an isometric view. And I believe that this is already checked on my end. So I can just click OK, and I have my object in isometric view, and it is shaded. So we are going to dimension just based off of our directions here. And I also pulled over a multi-view for all of you to reference and to look at. So I had a problem with getting my 50s inside of here. So this 50 is supposed to go in here. This 50 is supposed to go inside of here. This 50 should go in between here, and then this 50 should go in between here. If any of you are able to figure out how to get that inside of there, fantastic. Please share it with me. I'm not sure, but it kept popping out. So as long as you have it in there, then you've got the numbers. We are good to go. All right, so we're going to go to annotate, dimension, and we're just going to dimension our lines. So just go and pick our lines that we want to dimension here. I did learn that if you, I think, turn off dimension, if you should be able to, hit escape to turn off the dimension line. You should be able, yes, there we go. You can flip the numbers so that it's not so jumbled up. All right, so we are going to continue putting in our dimensions here. So let's do this little part here. So there's our 0.50 for this side. And then let's put in our 0.50 for over here. And then, now this is the tricky part, 0.50, 0.50. Try to squeeze it in there. You see how it just goes off just a little bit, but it will work. Oh, that gave me the wrong direction. All right. So this looks a little bit better than the other one that I did. Maybe it doesn't look as jumbled, but if you get that, you're okay. So we'll go ahead and we will dimension down here now. And then dimension all the way across. So we're going to do our dot and our dot. We're going to come straight up because we're dimensioning from that point. So we're also going to dimension from the inside point from here to here. So that's 1. And then we're also going to dimension from this end point to here. So that's 2. And then we want to dimension here off to the side, which is 1.50. And then we want to dimension from this point to this point and then pull to the right. Okay, so hopefully everybody did correctly on this part down here. See, I did this once before and I ended up getting 0.74 on the left and then a 0.76 on the right. So that's why I said as we were working through it to make sure that you just type in the number. So If you end up with something like that, it's okay. I'm not going to take off any points. It's just, it's odd that it came up that way, especially when I put in specifically the number instead of just doing it dot to dot. All right, so as long as you've got something like this, you have done a great job. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Let me know if you have any questions. I am here to help in any way that I can.